the possibility of the side pocket scratching inside. You know, eliminate that thought. That will give yourself the concentration to be solo and pocketing the ball.
Three rail. Nice natural.
Welcome sa ating channel mga kaibigan. Ngayon ay isang classic na laban ng The Magician ang babalikan natin. Ito ang isa sa mga laban niya sa US 9-ball tour na ginanap sa Virginia, USA. Ang makakalaban ni EFREN dito ay ang pambato ng Japan na si KUNIHIKO Takahashi o kilala din sa bansag na sniper. Malupit din ang player na ito. Si Takahashi ay world champion din ng 9-ball. Nakuha niya ang titulo nang matalo niya si Johnny Archer. Kaya masasabi nating may tira din talaga ang hapon na ito. Ngayon, uubra kaya ang sniper na ito ng Japan laban sa nag-iisang The Magician, EFREN Reyes? Yan ang malalaman natin sa video na ito. Kaya wag na nating patagalin pa. Simulan natin. Ito ang 1997 US 9-ball tour, EFREN versus Takahashi, race to 11.
He beat a fellow by the name of, let me see if I can read this, so dark, Brooks, 11-1. He beat Tommy Kennedy, a former US Open champion. He beat a real strong Jamie Goodwin.
Pasok ang uno sa side pocket. Tingnan natin kung maubos ni EFREN ng mga bola sa unang rack.
But of course, as always, we're thrilled, just to say. And his break is improved.
Sa larong ito pala ay 43 years old si EFREN. Si Takahashi naman ay 28 years old.
Perhaps the greatest player to have ever played the game. Now he's asserted himself and he's unarguably the greatest player in the world. But not until last year here at the U.S. proceeded to win 4 other major events, including a straight pool event, a game that he doesn't even play. So that kind of like tells you how well this man.
I got no reason to try to play for the combination here. And you couldn't place it any better with your hand.
Ang gandang cue control noon. Perfect position para sa 8.
Just come out one natural rail here. Or you can spin over with a lot of inside English and play the 8 up the long rail. That's probably the best shot. And just like that, in just a moment, it's going to be 1-0 advantage EFREN Reyes. We are, of course, in Chesapeake, Virginia. And I love this area, the Tidewater region.
At nakuha ni EFREN ang unang rack.
Both Jimmy Wedge and Jimmy Rippey played extremely well in that match. I'm not going to tell you who won that match, but check it out.
Second rack, break ni EFREN. Pasok ang uno sa side pocket.
Perfect position on a 2-ball. Just shoot that from long range. It's eminently missable. I like the 8.
Mukhang open table to para kay EFREN. Tignan natin ang diskarte niya.
That's the right shot.
Reason for him to do that, the balls, as they lie, sit perfectly.
Right, he had a perfect angle. I kind of like this way that he has chosen.
Well, there was no reason for him.
Sa taong ito pala ay nakilala na ng marami si EFREN Reyes. Dahil ilang taon bago ang laban na ito, ay nagtala na ng maraming world title si EFREN at nagawa na din niya ang pinakasikat na Z-shot ng kalabanin niya sa Earl Strickland sa Sands Regency.
Tremendous control of the cue ball and controls the speed ball in terms of speed. Controls the cue ball in terms of speed any better than the man at the table now.
Well, it didn't take.
And this is one of those shots, but we have a bridge and occasionally.
Swabing rack para sa The Magician. 2-0 ng score.
No reason to change.
Third rack, sargo na naman ng The Magician.
I heard a ball drop. I believe it was the one in the side.
Ayun na naman, pasok ulit ng uno sa side pocket. Halos nasa kanan lahat ng bola. Mukhang sisil na naman kay EFREN ng rack na ito ha.
That's exactly what I thought he would do.
Right, he executed the shot in exactly how Grady described it.
Ball and plan on playing the 5-ball in the far right-hand corner pocket.
In the upper right-hand corner.
No,
he's come. He had too much of an angle to hold it.
Sa tournament na ito ay kalahok din si Strickland. at ang isa pang Pinoy billiard legend na si Parika.
How we envision things happening the correct way, well, that's how he played.
And respecters of knowledge, anyway. And certainly he is the embodiment of knowledge and professionalism. Plus he's a classy guy too. I think he's a neat guy. He dabbles in all types of esoteric philosophy.
Hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin natayo si Takahashi Pagod na ang bangko ng hapon mga chip.
And a couple bowls of rice and I mean, he'll sit down and watch movies for like 30 hours straight on TV. I mean, what a great guy to have on the road. It's inexpensive and he beats everybody he plays.
Exactly.
At naubos ulit ni Efren ng bola sa rack na ito. 3-0 na ang score.
3 games to nothing at 1, wouldn't you think?
Fourth track.
Is the sun going to come up tomorrow?
Hulog ang dalawang bola sa side at corner pocket. Tingnan natin ang diskarte ni Efren sa dos.
So he made the one ball all 4 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Spinning the cue ball 2 cushions.
Ang gandang
down
positional
to
shot
where the
para sa
foot spot
tres.
is past the foot spot
Open
once
table na
again.
naman para kay Efren.
Well, to Takahashi's credit, he hasn't made any mistakes, save losing the leg.
Now, in case you people are routine, but what he is doing out there is just a little bit short of miraculous. He's just playing perfect position no matter what type of an angle or shot.
Well, it's beautiful to witness, I'm forced to admit. Of course, Takahashi may have a slightly different view. Oh, he's a perfect gentleman, too. One of the things I like about him, up at the New Bedford player from Japan, he engaged in some interesting after-hours matches against some of the best players in the world, and perfect gentleman to play with, and bet respectable sums of money, and I like that kind of thing.
Pakitingin nga mga chip, baka nakatulog na si Takahashi. 4-0 ng score, ganun-ganun lang.
Sometimes in a spot like this, Billy, when my opponent starts off in such terrific fashion, I'll go to the
Fifth track, sargo ulit ng The Magician.
It's my shot.
5 ball in the corner pocket.
Nine
The next
is
ball
going.
will be the one. The 9 went on the break. He made 3 balls on the break.
Ayun na, mas pinapadali ata ni Efren ang buhay ni Takahashi. Hulog ang 9. 5-0 na ang score.
Number 5 goes to Reyes. He now leads in the match 5 games to 0, and Takahashi.
1983, I had a great event, but Steve Miserak ran 150 and out on me, and I was
6 rack.
same.
Ang gandang break ni Efren. Hulog ulit ng 1 sa side pocket. Kaso nga lang, nakatago ang 2. Dikit ang cue sa 9. Abangan natin kung makakatira na ang hapon.
Because he's pocketed the 1 on the break, but didn't come up with the shot. Now notice the rollout.
Nagpush si
here.
Efren.
The 2 ball
Nakatayo
was
din
way
si
at the
Takahashi.
end of the table, but the position of the 3 in a very curious position here, the bottom cushion in relation to the 2. If you pocket the 2,
I'd be surprised if he gets this within a foot of the pocket. I couldn't. Oh, look at this. What a nice shot.
So the articulate Takahashi.
May tira din talaga si Takahashi. Ang gandang bank shot nun.
Cue ball will slide up.
Makahabol pa kaya siya? Abangan natin.
The barrage that Reyes put on Takahashi most certainly didn't, impair his judgment.
He plays a great game of safety, too. I was surprised by that. I don't know where he learned it, but
Si Takahashi pala ay nagsimula magbilyar sa edad na 17 years old
where he
at nagawa niyang mag-world champion sa edad na 28 years old.
plus the 6
May tira din talaga ang hapon na ito mga chip.
pushes it up high. He doesn't want to do that. Doesn't have to hit this very hard either.
That's exactly what he needed to do. I don't know if he has room. I do believe he does have room.
Well, this is going to be a pretty impressive run out here. I mean, under the conditions.
Oh, you can. So it's inevitable that you'll join me very, very soon after you enter. So,
I can't argue with
I'm really impressed with not only his ability to play the game, but with his his fortitude, his guts.
Sure, and I think this knowledgeable U.S. Open audience
Was extremely difficult considering the circumstances.
At nakuha ni Takahashi ang rack 6. 5-1 ang score.
That's game number 6. That's a big game right there. That certainly sends him. It takes more to bring.
Rack 7. Unang sargo ng Japanese player.
Explain your inability to defeat a skilled opponent, Fear.
That is a big factor.
Look at this. He stopped the cue ball in the middle of the table.
And didn't come up with the shot. To make it worse, the sixth ball brushed the cue ball
Ang
back
gandang sargo.
out of a
Kaso,
powerful shot.
ang hirap ng posisyon ng uno.
He's using the left side of the one
I
ball
see
to come
that.
off of him, and a little more high risk than using the right side of the one ball. So therefore, cue ball control here is definitely imperative. He must be able to control the cue ball. If he goes to the left side of the one and doesn't control the cue ball, it's curtains.
Ayun lang. Parang binigay lang kay Efren ng bola. Open table pa naman.
I think he might
Mukhang kay Efren na naman ang rack na ito ah.
have extra time on that critical safety play. Now he can just punch this over one natural rail. And that's perfect. Above the six. A little bit of low left English, exactly like that. Just below center ball, some left English. Just like that. Back up by the side pocket, little right English, and then towards the nine again off the second rail, just exactly like that.
He's playing the game.
Just punch this in, just below center ball, and 6-1. Our current
Kay Efren na rack 7. 6-1 ang score.
viewers on some of the other scores.
8 rack.
One ball on the side. Now, Reyes
Pasok na naman ang uno sa side parket sa break ni Efren.
It's the shot that he's most certainly playing.
Kaso dikit ang 3 sa 4. Tingnan natin ang diskarte niya.
Hit, and you have to slug this. Maybe a touch of left English. Oh, he's not going to even try. He's going to play safe. And he'll probably stop Whitey behind the four ball. Rail first.
He might be able to make this ball
Oh, he could make it.
Swabing tin cut sa 3. Ginawang simple ni Efren ang tira na yun.
for a long time. But he's at the table, and when you saw him position the cue ball in a curious position, which you thought was a curious position, you should have known at that time that he could have made the 3.
True.
Looks
Well-
like he's going to opt to play the 7-9 combination.
That's what
Lies right near the side pocket, really not having to do too much with the cue ball after pocketing the 7. But nevertheless, he's going to be able to put this in also.
At ayun na nga, combination shot sa 7 at 9. 7-1 ang score.
Boston Gardens. It's the US Open.
Diretso na tayo sa 9 track. Sargo na naman ng The Magician.
Always great matches.
Pumasok ang uno, kaso sumunod ang pato. Nainggit ata mga chip.
And, the cue ball just has a tendency to go toward the side pocket. So therefore, if you don't really
Pagkakataon na ni Takahashi to. Kaso, malayo-layo pa ang hahabulin niya.
has an opportunity to narrow the gap somewhat here.
I'd like a slight angle. And he can play position on the 8 in the side pocket. Look at this. Ooh. That's not what he meant to do, I don't think.
The cue ball wasn't able to find its way in back of the 5. But he's still in line despite that little...
Well, he's got to be careful when he goes from the 5. Oh, this is a perfect angle. Now he can obtain position on the 7 ball. That's couldn't place it with your hand any better than that.
side. I just go beyond the side, draw the ball beyond the side. So they're taking the side pocket totally out of the picture. I don't like what he's done.
Yun lang, sumablay siya sa 6. Nangalay na ata siya sa kakaupo mga chip.
That's why I brought up the
Si Efren na ang babanat. Kaso tago ang 7 sa 9. Tingnan natin ang gagawin niya dito.
Airfin will go 3 rails.
Ang gandang posisyon para sa 7. Grabing English cue control noon mga chip. Para bang ang simple lang kay Efren ng mga ganun tira.
Like that.
Ibang klase talaga.
Very nicely done.
To practice playing 9 ball, because notice the position of the cue ball now. If you would have attempted that shot and with the draw stroke, the cue ball then would have been somewhere near the cushion. But if you can perfect that shot, you're going to find yourself always in line.
Nakuha ni Efren ang rack 9.
Any cushion. And the rest of the rack play is much more simple. Game number 9 goes to Reyes.
But to win the match, you make it higher, huh?
Yeah.
He had to get out that last rack. That was imperative to have any chance to win.
Rack 10. Hulog na naman ang uno. Puwena si Efren sa mga sargo niya sa larong ito ah. Pero medyo dikit-dikit ang mga bola sa left side ng lamesa. Tingnan natin ang gagawin dito ni Efren.
The other routes, which maybe have been a little more accessible to the reef, perhaps I think.
No, he's not going around the 5. It's either into the 7. Oh, you're right. I stand corrected, Mr. Cardone.
Well, I'm sorry, I promise not to do stuff like that often. The reason he did this because he doesn't have any interfering balls now. And he's played, once again, perfect cue ball position in terms of speed.
He's on the proper side of the 5 ball.
Exactly. Had he hit it harder, ended up straight in on the 5, he would have found himself...
Gising pa ba kayo dyan mga kaibigan? Kung andyan pa kayo pakilike naman ang video at pa-comment na din sa baba kung taga saan kayo. At babasahin natin yan sa comment section.
Now he used the side cushion to go toward the 8. His fine judgment on how to play position and his fine cue ball speed, which has eluded him on that particular shot. He's very limber. He stretches over the table quite easily. This is rack number 10, and with the pocketing of the 9, Reyes will then have a very commanding lead of 9 games to 1.
You know, it's got to be a little...
At nakuha ni Efren ng rack 10. 9-1 ang score.
He's missed 1 ball and he's trailing 9 games to 1.
Well, he's only shot 2 racks.
Yeah, very.
Rack 11. Sargo ulit ni Efren.
Look at that. Look at that. Right in the middle of the table.
Well, now if he can keep doing that,
Hulog na naman ang uno sa side pocket at isa pang bola sa corner pocket. Buenas talaga si Efren sa mga sargo niya sa larong to.
That's like...
strange happens, it looks like to me. You know, something that we really don't get to see that often. And I've always said this, and I'm going to say it again. It really has been a privilege for me to be here on Earth while this man...
Mukhang na-trauma na ang Hapon sa laban na ito Pero siguro natuto si Takahashi sa laban na ito mga chip. Kasi sa sumunod na taon, pagkatapos niya matalo sa tournament na ito, siya ang nag-champion sa World Pool Championship.
We've had the opportunity to watch play, and it's certainly really a treat for me.
Oh, it is for everybody. No question about it. And I learned something often watching one of EFREN's matches. From Manila. Well, he's still in the tournament. Takahashi is going to still be in the tournament once this match is over with. But everybody asks me why I like single elimination tournaments.
At nakuha ni Efren ang rack 11.
If I play in the tournament, Strickland and CJ Wiley...
Rack 12. Sargo ulit ni Efren.
10-1.
Posibleng huling rack ng laban.
Well, he pocketed a ball.
Pasok ang 4 sa corner pocket. Medyo mahirap ang posisyon ng mga bola. Tignan natin ang diskarte ng The Magician.
He's going to break it up on the 2. He's going to play position on the 2 to nudge the 9 ball down, freeing up the 9 from the 5, opening up the rack and closing out Takahashi.
Got to hit this easy and go through the 9 a little bit. Or he hit the 5 first, that's fine.
Watch out, he's repositioned.
Na-break ang mga bola. Pero medyo dumikit ang 5 doon sa cushion.
That's perfect. Just pull this back and play the 5 in the same corner.
7 ball cross stable from the 5 with the same angle. This shot plays a little tougher. Once again, he illustrates how easily he executes that particular
Ang gandang tira. Ginagawang simple ni Efren ang mga ganung tira mga chip.
Increase the size of the pocket. With the speed that he hit that shot with, he actually allowed the pocket to play as
Over with, though.
It certainly is over. And it didn't take much time because the man at the table saw to that, playing just about as
We're going to do
perfect
an
9
interview,
ball
too.
as you could possibly play.
EFREN's been working on his English, you know, for a while when we would do an interview with him.
At nakuha ni Efren ang laban. Napakamot na lang sa ulo si Takahashi. Ibang klase talaga si Efren mga chip.
We'll have him up here in just a minute.